The Stahlhelm is the iconic German helmet that was extensively used both during the First and the Second World Wars. The helmet is crafted from high-quality steel, and it was geared to protect the German military from the many shrapnel that grenades tend to create. When we talk about Stahlhelm, it can refer to a regular steel helmet worn by the military. Simultaneously, it can also be used to refer to the German design of these helmets. In the following few sections of this video, we will learn what Stahlhelm is and the role it played during the two major wars. As always, if you want more of these videos, remember to give it a like and subscribe. Inception. During the First World War, several European troops started to use a unique form of military helmet that was crafted from lightweight but sturdy steel. Over time, the Germans followed suit, and the regular spiked armor of the army was now getting replaced with these steel helmets that were also popularly known as the Stahlhelm. While this helmet came with several attributes, the one that almost immediately grabbed your attention was the shape, which was the same as a coal scuttle. Thanks to this shape, you could easily identify the helmet, which then became one of the biggest drivers of propaganda on all sides of the war. The helmet was named after Der Stahlhelm, who served for the German military organization between 1918 and 1935. Following the Second World War, almost all military forces decided to keep the name unchanged, though there were several alterations to the design of the helmet. Unlike the previous variants that followed the German design, the new helmet followed the American design, which was quite similar to a regular M1 helmet. Over the next few years, English and American military troops experimented with quite a few helmet variants until finally settling with M92 Aramid. This is yet another unique helmet designed to keep the troops thoroughly protected amid the toughest time. Design. The first design of this helmet was created by Dr. Friedrich Schwerd, who at that time headed a technical department in a Hanover-based university. During the early 1910s, a man performed a range of studies on the various types and intensities of head wounds that most soldiers were afflicted with during the trench wars. To reduce the damage, the recommended steel helmets and the proposal was immediately accepted by the armory departments. Following this, he was asked to move to Berlin, where he extensively worked on creating and improving the design of regular steel helmets. Though these helmets were one of a kind, they were mostly inspired by the salad of the 15th century. For the uninitiated, this helmet offered thorough and consistent protection across an individual's entire head and a large part of their neck. The development of these steel helmets was conducted for several years, and the process involved testing the various types of helmets used by the Nazi and the Allied forces. The first helmet of this sort was tested in the last few months of 1915, and eventually it was moved for a field test, which again was successful. Owing to the immediate success, the head of the troops placed a rather exorbitant order of 30,000 similar headgear. However, these devices were not conventionally used until the following year, when it was also revamped. Probably the first ones to receive these helmets were the armed communities in Verdun. This proved to be successful because it significantly reduced the rate of fatal injuries, especially concerning the head. In Germany, the helmet was first tested on the stormtroopers who were a part of the Sturm troops. Unlike the British or the conventional Allied helmets that were crafted from Hadfield steel, the Stahlhelm was crafted from a stronger grade of the metal, namely, a combination of nickel and steel. This didn't just improve the durability of the helmets but also dramatically boosted the performance. However, the per unit price of these helmets was slightly higher than the Allied helmets because of the material used. As with the British troops and the French army, several Nazi forces were immediately pinpointed by the look of their helmets. This was also because these helmets gained incredible popularity in the paramilitary groups following World War I. Because of the incredibly strong sentiment associated with it, even Hitler rejected modernizing the form and design of the helmet. It is reported that he rejected the design of a sloping helmet that came at a cheaper cost because he didn't want the Stahlhelm replaced. Use in different countries. Stahlhelm became a popular helmet because of its durability and safety. Naturally, the demand for these helmets skyrocketed, and Germans soon started to export them. The first couple of exports were sent to China between 1935 and 1936. During this time, the helmet served as the primary gear of the nationalist forces of China. Over time, Spain was the next country to join the bandwagon, and following the years after the war, several South American missions involved these helmets. While the liner of the helmets wasn't the same, the main design was the replica. In the next few years, many countries started to manufacture new helmets in their nations following the basic concept of the Stahlhelm. Such was the popularity of the helmet that it was extensively used even during the 1970s. It is believed that several German designers helped Hungary to replicate the design of the Stahlhelm. Because of this, the helmets in Hungary were quite similar to the German helmets. Their shapes and ventilation holes were the same, and the edges were fully rolled. The only major difference was the fact that the final finish of the Hungarian helmets was fairly rough when compared to its German counterparts. Many models also include different forms of liners along with rivets set in different locations. In Hungary, the helmet donned the iconic combination of brown and green. Having said that, many versions of the helmet are also available in a combination of blue and gray. The Finnish army used these helmets during the war between 1941 and 44. That is why the helmet is also interchangeably known as the Finnish M35. Finally, to end the video, remember to give it a like and subscribe for more. See you in the next video, bye.